as a echo. That echo is received by the receiving transducer and converted into its signal and fed to that CRT. This will show a small pulse which is the echo from D. Here this is D, which is the defect, and this is the distance of that defect from the top surface. This is the bottom surface, this is the top surface, and this is the defect which is from the top surface. That means D represents the distance as well as D represents the distance of that defect from the top surface. Here this T represents the thickness of this test specimen. Okay. So in the same manner, let us observe it in presentation. Ultrasonic detectors detects it with the help of an equation, that is D is equal to V into T. Here D represents the distance of the defect from the top surface, that is the distance from the top surface. This V is the velocity of ultrasonic waves inside the metal specimen. That means if the velocity of that ultrasonic waves inside the metal is measured, we are measuring the time of sending, that is transmitting and receiving through this time based circuit. That means T is also calculated, time interval is also calculated. If we can calculate the V and multiplying both of them, we can just know the D, that is the depth at which this defect is present, the size and the nature of that defect. So in this question, you have to draw this diagram, you have to explain it properly, and then we can go to the advantages. The first advantage of ultrasonic flow detector is here. See, ultrasonic flow detector with its advantages and limitations. It could be also called through transmission system. First, this system requires two transducers, one for sending the sound waves, another for receiving the sound waves. The pulse of ultrasonic waves are transmitted through the material. Here we can see the reflected wave from the crack or defect is received by the converter, received and converted to electrical signal, fed to CRO through amplifier, and time t taken to come back is noted. If the velocity of ultrasonic waves in the metal is known, the position of D of the crack can be located. See, here D represents the position of that crack or defect present inside the metal. As I said, you can also write that equation D is equal to Vt, through which you can know the position of that defect. So this is the theory which should be written in your paper when this type of questions are asked. Let us see the advantages of this method. It is more accurate than radiography method. First of all, when you are testing the material with the help of radiography method, in comparison to that, you can just measure the defect or just know the defect, know the presence of defect inside the metal or non-metal or any type of material and just detect it. The accuracy of this method is more than radiography method. The second one is it is very cheap and it has a high speed of operation. That means if we are just inspecting any type of material, then it can be inspected in a very short duration. So suppose the third is large size specimen can be inspected in very short duration. Location, nature and size of a defect can be accurately determined. So these are the some 4 topics which can be written in your answer paper, which should be written in your answer paper for 4 to 5 marks. Advantages: 4 points are necessary to write, or 4 points is more sufficient to gain the marks. Let us go to limitations. At least 3 points should be written for these questions. Let us see the limitations. No permanent record of the flow can be obtained, and it can be only observed on the screen. Only skilled and well trained technicians can perform this testing. That means first limitation is permanent image or no permanent record of that image can be obtained. It is just only observed on the screen and no permanent record. The second is skilled technicians can perform this testing, otherwise the testing will not be accurate. The third one, parts that are rough, irregular in shape, or not homogeneous are difficult to inspect. So this was the question which was asked and which can be frequently asked during your examinations. So you need to write is, first of all, the explanation of that diagram, proper diagram with its naming, the particular equation with it, and then advantages and limitation with 3 to 4 points, which is necessary to gain 4 to 5 marks. Let us go towards next question. A liquid column subjected to ultrasonic waves constitute an acoustical grating. This question is asked in 2 marks. This question in your last exam was asked for 2 marks. Actually, this question is in brief also, as well as this question is in short also. And if it is asked in short question, as it was asked in January 2013, it can be written in this manner. You are observing that answer on your presentation. When ultrasonic waves are passed through transparent liquid medium in a container, the waves get reflected. These reflected waves are called echo. When ultrasonic waves are passing through any medium, liquid medium, in a container, the waves are getting reflected from the surface or bottom surface. These reflected waves are called echo. Now you have to write is the directed waves and reflected waves to form the stationary wave pattern. These waves gives rise to periodic variation in the density of liquid medium. That means when ultrasonic waves are passing through the medium, then at points, that is nodal points or antinodal points, the density of the medium changes. And if at nodal and antinodal points of waves, if the density are minimum and maximum respectively, we know that if density of medium at different points are different, the refractive index of that medium also changes at different points. So if refractive index is different, that means that medium from which if lights are passed, then that medium will act as a grating. Now when you can see that the change in density leads to variation in refractive index of, the second point is the change in density leads to the variation in refractive index of liquid, as we said. The second thing, the density would be maximum at the nodal planes and minimum at the antinodal planes. That means at different points the density will be different, and in the same manner the refractive index of that liquid will be also different. Such a liquid column subjected to ultrasonic waves behaves like a grating, as we talked earlier. Under this condition, if parallel beam of light is passed through the liquid at right angle to the wave, the liquid acts as a diffraction grating, and such a grating is known as acoustic grating. That means when a parallel beam of light is passed through liquid and the angle between the waves from which light is passed is perpendicular, that is 90 degree, the light acts as a diffraction grating. The liquid acts as a diffraction grating. That means when from liquid, if the light is passed on the another side, a diffraction pattern is obtained. The diffraction pattern is obtained due to different refractive index at different points in the liquid. That means this type of grating is created, and this type of grating was created due to waves, that is acoustics. Hence this is defined as acoustic grating. So this was the question which was asked in 2 marks, and it can be asked in your further exams. This is the question which can be asked in 3 to 4 marks actually. If it is asked in 4 to 5 marks, it can be written as shown above in this presentation. See, list and explain the characteristic of musical sound. First of all, you have to explain these 3 points: pitch, loudness and timbre. These are the 3 characteristics of musical sound. Pitch is related to frequency, loudness is related to intensity, and timbre is related to quality. These are the 3 points should be necessary. These 3 points are necessary to write in your paper, answer paper. And then stepwise or point wise, you have to explain pitch, loudness and timbre. Pitch represents the sensation, depends upon the frequency. That means pitch distinguish us between 2 frequencies, that is higher frequencies and lower frequencies. That means pitch help us in distinguishing between a note of high frequency and low frequency sound of same intensity produced by same musical instrument. It helps in distinguish between shrill sound and flat sound. You can see it in example that ladies and children's, bees or mosquitoes, these are the insects which are having shrill sound, and if shrill sound are having higher frequency, we can say that pitch of that high frequency sound is also high. And in the same manner, the sound of ladies are also having of higher frequencies. That means the pitch of ladies as well as children's are also high. Let us go to loudness. Loudness is the characteristic which is common to all, actually common to all sound, that is musical sound, noise. Loudness is common. Loudness is a degree of sensation produced on ear. The loudness varies, we know that loudness varies from listener to listener. It depends upon intensity and as well as sensitiveness of the ear. We have to define this sensitiveness of ear in the form of equation. Let us see that equation. You have to write that equation when it is asked in more marks, that is 4 to 5 marks. Let us see that equation. See, this is Weber-Fechner's law. You can see that Weber-Fechner's law. Loudness and intensity are related to each other by relation. Which type of relation? You have to define it. This relation is loudness is directly proportional to the logarithm of intensity. That means when proportional sign is taken out, a proportionality constant k takes place instead of it. That means when you are differentiating that loudness with respect to intensity, the equation becomes dl by di, which is equal to k by I. Here dl by di represents the sensitiveness of ear, which is actually, according to the equation, inversely proportional to I. dl by di is equal to k upon I, which represents the sensitiveness of ear, which represents also the loudness as well as the Weber-Fechner's law. In this also, Weber-Fechner's law can also be asked in 1 mark or 2 mark. Let us go to timbre. It is the third point. It is the quality of sound which enables us to distinguish between two sounds having the same loudness and pitch. It helps us to distinguish musical sound, notes emitted by different musical instruments, and voices of two different persons, even though sound has same pitch and loudness. That means if two different persons are having same pitch and loudness, that means same pitch and same loudness, then also with the help of timbre you can distinguish between the two persons with respect to sound. Let us go to next question. This is also a question which can be asked in 6 marks. In this, it is defined. The question is, explain isotopic effect, critical magnetic field, and Meissner effect for superconductors. So these are the 3 points which can be asked for 6 marks as a brief question. Here the definition of isotope effect is given and the relation of isotope effect is given. Here in this equation, Tc represents the transition temperature or critical temperature of the superconductor, as well as in inversely proportional, under root m represents the isotopic mass. And from this relation we can know that the isotopic mass is inversely proportional to the critical temperature of a superconductor. Now let us read the definition. If it is asked in 6 marks, all the 3 points are asked in 6 marks, you have to define properly. As